One summer evening, 10-year-old Emma was walking home with her father. As they walked along the dimly lit street, her father noticed an old, eerie apartment building. The front door was ajar, and an eerie glow emanated from inside. Curiosity got the better of her father, and he suggested they take a look inside. Emma was hesitant at first because the apartment building had a notorious reputation for being haunted. However, her father managed to convince her, and they entered the building. The interior of the apartment building was cold and eerily silent. As they cautiously made their way down the corridor, an unsettling feeling washed over Emma. Suddenly, they heard a strange noise coming from a nearby hallway. Emma's heart began to race. Her father, driven by curiosity, encouraged her to proceed. On the second floor, they noticed that the door to one of the apartments was ajar, and the noises were coming from within. They exchanged a nervous glance but decided to investigate further. As they cautiously pushed the door open, a chilling sight met their eyes. The apartment was empty, with flickering candles casting eerie shadows on the walls. A mysterious figure stood in the center of the room, its back turned to them. Emma's father called out, but there was no response. The figure slowly turned around, revealing a face shrouded in darkness. Before they could react, the figure lunged at them with terrifying speed, emitting a blood-curdling scream. Emma and her father scrambled to escape, rushing out of the apartment and down the stairs. They could hear the sound of footsteps echoing behind them as they fled the haunted apartment building. Back on the street, they finally felt safe, their hearts still pounding in their chests. They never spoke of what they had witnessed in the old apartment building again, but the memory of that night's horrors haunted their dreams for years to come. Years passed, and as Emma grew older, she gradually forgot about that terrifying experience. However, every summer when her family returned to the same town for vacation, she still felt a shiver run down her spine when she saw the old apartment building. One day, when Emma had become an adult, a friend of hers told her the same apartment building story. It turned out that the building had a dark history. Decades ago, it had been the site of mysterious disappearances and unexplained phenomena. People claimed to have heard eerie sounds and seen shadowy figures inside. The building had been abandoned for years, and it was said that it was haunted by vengeful spirits. Emma couldn't believe her ears. The memories of that fateful night came rushing back, and she couldn't help but wonder if the figure she and her father had encountered had been one of those restless spirits. She decided to research the history of the apartment building further. As she delved into old newspaper archives and talked to local historians, she discovered a chilling truth. The apartment they had entered had been the scene of a gruesome murder-suicide many years ago. The vengeful spirits of the victims were rumored to haunt the building, seeking retribution for their tragic fate. Emma couldn't help but feel a sense of closure, knowing the real history behind the apartment. Yet she also couldn't shake the feeling that she and her father had narrowly escaped a fate that could have been much worse that night. From that day forward, she had a newfound respect for the unexplained and the supernatural, always remembering the eerie encounter in the haunted apartment building that had forever marked her childhood.